When I found you, I saw raw, untamed power. And beyond that, something truly special.
Hello there, everyone. Episode 8 has released and I just finished watching it the other day. I'm going to review the movie, give my thoughts about what I liked and what I didn't like, along with theories for things that may happen in the future. There will be major spoilers for the movie if you can't tell, so turn away now if you want to go into the movie spoiler free. If you are still with me, let's begin. So all I can say is I feel overwhelmed. This movie was by no means a copy of any previous Star Wars film. This movie took risks and did some controversial things that I personally really liked. Many people thought it would be a copy of Empire Strikes Back, and while there are some elements that are similar, for instance I noticed some similarities to Return of the Jedi, but the movie was different enough to be original and very entertaining. I really liked the opening scenes and the ending, though I did find a few scenes in the middle to be a little slow, but that's to be expected in a movie of that length. So let's jump right into the things that I did not like, because you are all probably curious to hear about that. Number 1, no lightsaber battles. And no, I'm not counting that scene where Rey and Kylo duel the Praetorian guards. While I did really enjoy that scene, and it was very well done, that was by no means a lightsaber duel, for me, as the guards are just wielding melee weapons, not lightsabers. This is the first Star Wars movie, besides Rogue One, which gets an excuse since Rogue One was about soldiers, not Jedi, to not have a dedicated lightsaber duel, which really disappointed me. I was hoping for a Snoke vs. Luke lightsaber duel, but sadly, that did not occur. Number 2, Snoke's death. I mean, what was that, Snoke? Why are you Darksiders getting so predictable to always underestimate your opponents? That's how Maul, Count Dooku, and Palpatine all died. I mean, I do understand why Disney did that, and it was executed very well, but I just found myself being very disappointed that Snoke died so quickly. At least we did get to see him use some really cool force powers before he died. Goodbye, old friend. Number 3, the state of the galaxy. I mean, how in the world is the galaxy going to bounce back from all of this? The New Republic is destroyed, the Resistance is basically no more, Snoke is dead along with most of the First Order's leadership. It's just so very chaotic and hard to keep up with. I really wish that we could see at least a little of the political state of the galaxy. I like how in the Clone Wars, they allowed us to see how the war was affecting the entire galaxy, not just the main characters. And even though the prequel films did that a little too much, I think the writers of Episode 8 could have at least thrown in a couple of lines so we could know what was happening to the rest of the galaxy. But anyway, those are my major issues with the movie. Other than a few very small complaints, such as Admiral Akbar dying without us really realizing it, I really enjoyed the movie. So let's now discuss things that I thought they did wonderfully and made the movie very enjoyable. Number 1, the Rey-Kylo scenes. These were pulled off very well, and I found myself being pulled into their relationship, interested in what might happen next. I found myself loving whenever they were both on screen, and I really like how this movie gave those characters more of a connection. Very, very well done. Number 2, the flashback scenes. I love seeing how Luke inadvertently pushed Kylo over the edge. I know that a lot of people have wanted that ever since Kylo mentioned it in The Force Awakens, so I'm very excited we got to see that. Number 3, Yoda! So good to have you back, my little green friend. Even if it was for only one scene. Number 4, Phasma is cool again! Yes! Ever since I got done reading the Phasma novel, I prayed that she would become the great villain we expected from her. I was so excited once she showed up on screen, And even though it wasn't for very long, Phasma made up for it by being a boss. Her armor, built from the metal of Palpatine's personal vessel I might add, deflected a blaster bolt like it was nothing. And I'm really glad she won her fight with Finn. Granted, Rose did distract her and she was knocked down a pit by Finn, but it was still a great fight scene nonetheless. And I can't wait to see what she does next, because I guarantee you she is not dead. And like I theorized in a previous video, I still believe she will betray the First Order, especially now that she has suffered 2 defeats. Number 5, a great origin story for Kylo. I saw this movie with my mother, and she is actually the one who pointed this out. If you can't tell, my mother is a huge Star Wars fan. She brought up that this story is like a Palpatine killing Darth Plagueis origin story for Kylo Ren, and I trust that he will continue to grow in the dark side until he becomes a truly formidable villain. Let me know if you all agree with this theory or not, because I think it will be very interesting to hear everyone's opinions. Lastly, all the character development. I like seeing Poe become a great leader, Finn being willing to sacrifice himself, not to mention we got to see Leia use the Force for really the first and probably last time since Carrie Fisher sadly has passed away. I also think it was a good ending for Luke, and I'm happy he had, it seems, a pretty peaceful death. I also like some of the Clone Wars and original trilogy references. Oh, and did I almost forget to mention the epic lightspeed scene that was totally silent, which made it awesome, where the Resistance ship cut Snoke's flagship in half? Epic. And what about that miniature Death Star cannon? Oh, I really loved that. So what are my final thoughts? Well, I covered the major things I liked and didn't like, and that about sums up my feelings about the movie. I liked most of the pacing, the humor in the opening scenes. It was a great movie. I will probably like it even more when I see it a second time. So, final thoughts. Better than The Force Awakens, but not as good as Rogue One. In my mind, Rogue One is in a class of its own. And am I the only one who thought that I saw Gareth Edwards cameo in the film? Is he going to be like the Stan Lee of Star Wars now, since he showed up in Rogue One and now it looks like an appearance in The Last Jedi as well? But anyway everyone, that will probably wrap up this video. I will do some theory vids in a couple of days, and a new cross-universe versus episode will be released soon. Thank you for watching everyone. Leave a comment below with your opinions on the movie. Comment also any facts or theories for episode 9. Thanks again for watching everyone. Please leave a like and subscribe to my channel. Share this video with your friends and click on the little bell icon to be aware of my future videos. Have a fantastic day. God bless, and may the force of others be with you always.